Decentralization is a concept that has been steadily gaining momentum across various sectors, transforming the way we think about authority, control, and collaboration. At its core, decentralization refers to the distribution of power, functions, or resources away from a central authority, allowing multiple participants, or nodes, to share control and decision-making. This fundamental shift has profound implications, not only in technology, but also in governance, economics, and even social structures. To understand the significance of decentralization, it's helpful to contrast it with its opposite, centralization. In a centralized system, all decision-making and control are concentrated in a single point, be it a government, corporation, or organization. This model can offer efficiency and streamlined processes, but it also creates single points of failure and can lead to bottlenecks, corruption, or abuse of power. When too much authority is held by a few, the potential for inefficiency and vulnerability increases. Decentralization seeks to address these challenges by distributing power and responsibility among a wider group. In practice, this means that no single entity has absolute control, and the system as a whole becomes more resilient, adaptable, and often more democratic. The most prominent example of decentralization in recent years is the rise of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, but the concept extends far beyond digital assets. Consider the Internet itself. Originally envisioned as a decentralized network, the Internet was designed to withstand disruptions by allowing information to flow through multiple paths. If one node went down, data could simply reroute through another. This resilience is a hallmark of decentralized systems. However, over time, certain services, like search engines, social media platforms, and cloud providers, have become highly centralized, consolidating vast amounts of data and influence. This centralization has sparked concerns about privacy, censorship, and the concentration of power. Blockchain technology, which underpins cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, was created as a direct response to these concerns. A blockchain is essentially a distributed ledger, an open, transparent record of transactions maintained by a network of computers or nodes rather than a single authority. Each participant in the network has a copy of the ledger, and changes can only be made through consensus. This design makes blockchains incredibly difficult to tamper with and eliminates the need for intermediaries. The implications of this are far-reaching. In finance, decentralized systems enable peer-to-peer transactions without the need for banks or payment processors. This has opened up new possibilities for people who are unbanked or underbanked, granting them access to financial services that were previously out of reach. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, has become a burgeoning sector, offering everything from lending and borrowing to insurance and asset management, all without traditional financial institutions. But decentralization is not limited to finance. In governance, decentralized models can empower communities to make collective decisions, reducing the influence of centralized authorities. Decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs, are a new form of governance enabled by smart contracts, self-executing agreements coded onto blockchains. DAOs allow groups of people to pool resources and vote on proposals, with decisions carried out automatically by code. This model has been used to manage investment funds, support open-source projects, and even govern entire ecosystems. In the realm of data, decentralization offers the promise of greater privacy and security. Instead of storing information in massive, centralized databases vulnerable to breaches, decentralized networks distribute data across multiple nodes. This not only reduces the risk of hacking, but also gives individuals more control over their personal information. Projects like decentralized identity solutions aim to put users back in charge, allowing them to decide who can access their data and under what conditions. Decentralization also has the potential to reshape the way we create and share content. In traditional media, a handful of companies control the distribution of news, music, and video. Decentralized platforms, however, allow creators to connect directly with their audiences, bypassing intermediaries and enabling new models of monetization and collaboration. This can democratize access to information and foster more diverse voices. Despite its many advantages, decentralization is not without challenges. Distributed systems can be slower and more complex to coordinate than centralized ones. Achieving consensus among many participants can be difficult, and decentralized networks can be vulnerable to new types of attacks, such as Sybil attacks or collusion among participants. Scalability is another concern, as some decentralized networks struggle to handle large volumes of transactions quickly and efficiently. Moreover, the absence of a central authority can make it harder to enforce rules or resolve disputes. In some cases, decentralized systems have been exploited by bad actors, highlighting the need for robust governance mechanisms and community oversight. Balancing openness and security remains an ongoing challenge. As decentralization continues to evolve, it's clear that it is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Different applications may require different degrees of decentralization, and hybrid models are emerging that combine the strengths of both centralized and decentralized systems. The key is to find the right balance, leveraging decentralization where it adds value, while recognizing the efficiencies that centralization can offer in certain contexts. Looking ahead, the trend toward decentralization shows no signs of slowing down. As more people become aware of the benefits and possibilities, we can expect to see new innovations in fields ranging from supply chain management to healthcare, energy, and beyond. Decentralized technologies have the potential to empower individuals, foster collaboration, and create more resilient, equitable systems. Ultimately, decentralization is about reimagining how we organize ourselves, whether as individuals, communities, or societies. It challenges us to rethink traditional hierarchies and to explore new ways of working together. As we navigate this transition, the choices we make will shape the future of technology, governance, and human interaction for generations to come.